Welcome to Revenge Chance, the place where quiet truths finally find their voice. My name is Danny. I'm 45 years old, and if you've ever felt overlooked by your own family, this story might just resonate with you. It all started with something so mundane I almost didn't notice. One evening I came home, arms full of grocery bags, just a routine shopping trip. The lights in the hall were dim. Sounds came from the kitchen, my son Mark and his wife Julia laughing, relaxed, planning something. I hadn't intended to listen. Life's biggest turning points often come without warning. They slip in through half-open doors, creaking floors, and careless words. I stopped just outside the doorway, bags still in hand, when I heard my name, not said with affection, but in that casual tone people used to talk about a simple object or a machine. "Just dump the kids on him," Mark said with a laugh, as if it were the simplest solution in the world. "He doesn't have any big plans anyway." My breath caught. The oranges in the bottom of the bag pressed into my fingers, starting to give. Julia's voice joined in, light and matter-of-fact. "Exactly. He never says no. Dad likes feeling needed. We'll drop the kids off on Christmas Eve, pick them up sometime after New Year's. An instant holiday for us." Then another round of laughter. 9 days, 6 full nights, no conversation, no, "Do you mind?" Just pure assumption. In that one moment, something inside me, something patient, tired, endlessly giving, reached its limit. It didn't burst. It just stopped. The man who always went along, who had shaped his whole life around being there for others, quietly decided, enough. I backed away without a sound, placed the groceries back in the car, and sat in the driveway, hands on the steering wheel. I didn't even start the engine, just stared at the dashboard, repeating their words in my head. It wasn't the grandchildren who broke my heart, those little kids. I love them fiercely, their sticky fingers grabbing my shirt for hugs, their off-key attempts at carols, the shouts of Grandpa D, as if I'm their personal hero. That love is real and unbreakable. What stung the most was the absolute certainty in my son's voice. He'll never say no. When did I become so reliable that my own needs disappeared? When did always there turn into always available, no questions asked? That night, I came home under the streetlights. The house was already decorated. I'd done it weeks before. The tree was sparkling, stockings hung on the mantel, for those kids who hadn't even been invited yet, just expected. I sat on the couch in the dark room, lights off, and felt a new sensation settle in my chest. Not anger, resolve. Quiet, unshakable resolve. The next morning I made the decision that changed everything. I didn't yell. I didn't argue. I just rewrote my holiday. I booked a small cabin 3 hours away. Nothing fancy, just a cozy bedroom, a stone fireplace, windows looking out on snow-covered pine trees. A place where the loudest sound would be the crackle of burning wood and the hiss of coffee brewing. Peaceful, private, mine. I booked it in silence. Didn't tell a soul. 2 days later, the phone rang. Mark's voice, cheerful as always. "Hey Dad, just checking in about Christmas plans." I kept my tone even, almost gentle. "I won't be here." A moment of silence. "What do you mean?" "I'm going away for the holidays." Another pause, longer this time. "Where?" "Somewhere I've been wanting to go." "But Dad, the kids, we were counting on you." "You never asked," I said softly. "You assumed I'd be available." His voice hardened. "They're your grandchildren." "I know," I replied, "and I love them more than words. But love doesn't mean erasing your own boundaries. It doesn't mean I exist just to fill the gaps in your schedule." Then Julia came on the line. "Danny, this is really unfair. We had everything planned around this." I almost smiled, though there was no humor in it. "Funny thing, I made plans too, you just weren't in them." The call ended. That year, Christmas morning was completely different. No cartoons at 6 a.m., no little feet running down the hall, no explosive sounds of wrapping paper being torn, no squabbles over the big stocking. Just quiet, the smell of a small spruce I'd bought on the way, steaming coffee in a thick mug. Outside the window, snow fell slowly, silently blanketing the world. I sat by the fireplace for hours, letting myself feel it all. Yes, there was loneliness, sharp at first, like cold air on bare skin, but underneath it was something else. Peace, space, the simple freedom of not being needed for every moment. In the afternoon, my phone started buzzing, a string of messages. Mark, Dad, you actually left? We're really worried. Julia, the kids keep asking where Grandpa is, they're sad. Mark again, this isn't like you. He was right, the old Danny, the one who said yes to everything, who swallowed disappointment so others could be comfortable, he wouldn't have done this. But the new one? It felt right. When I returned home after New Year's, the atmosphere was different. Mark didn't contact me right away. Then one afternoon he came over alone. No kids, no Julia. He looked tired, shadows under his eyes, as if the weight of responsibility had finally landed on his own shoulders. We sat at the kitchen table. He stared at his hands for a long time before speaking. I had no idea, he said quietly, how much we were leaning on you, how automatic it had become. I didn't interrupt, just listened. We genuinely thought you liked it, that it made you happy. I loved being part of their lives, I said. Every messy, noisy, beautiful moment. What I didn't love was being the default option. I liked being asked. I wanted my yes to mean something because I chose it, not because no wasn't even a thought. He nodded slowly. His eyes grew bright. I'm sorry, Dad. Really. Those 3 words were heavier than any excuse. They weren't magic. They couldn't erase years of habit, but they opened a door. Things didn't become perfect overnight. Family dynamics rarely do, but something fundamental had shifted. Now when they need help, whether it's an evening of babysitting or assistance with a school event, they call and ask. Properly, respectfully. Sometimes I say yes because I want to. Sometimes I say no because I need my own time and energy. And sometimes I book another cabin, spend another quiet Christmas, give myself the gift of choice. If I learned one thing from all this, it's that true love doesn't demand silence in exchange for kindness. Being a giver doesn't mean being overlooked, and the person who has prioritized everyone else for decades has the right to decide when, how, and if he shows up. My name is Danny. I'm 45 years old. And the biggest gift I unwrapped that Christmas wasn't under a tree. It was the moment I finally understood. Feeling needed is not the same as being valued. Being there for others is beautiful, as long as it doesn't cost you your own voice. So if you're watching this and have ever felt taken for granted, especially during the holidays, know that it's okay to choose yourself sometimes. It doesn't make you selfish. It makes you human. Thank you for listening to my story. If it resonated with you, please like, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe if you want more authentic, heartfelt stories like this. I'll see you in the next video. Take care of yourselves.